welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this cool DIY cheap tumbler holder that lays flat on your work surface. Alright, so first we're going to start off with 1/2-inch PVC pipe. I just go ahead and buy the whole 10-foot rod because it's cheaper. And then I have a pool noodle, a Sharpie, and a serrated blade. It doesn't have to exactly be a saw. Honestly, you could use your bread knife in the kitchen. Up to you. So I decided how long I wanted to cut this. And so I just did. It's probably about like 10 to 12 inches. I couldn't tell you honestly because I was like, meh, this looks good enough. So I cut it. Make sure you're holding it steady. Make sure you're being safe while using any type of sharp object. But PVC pipe is super easy to cut. As you can see, once it's towards the end, you can literally twist it off. So then I lined up the PVC that I just cut to the PVC that I need to cut, marked a line where I wanted it so they were about the same in length, and then I started cutting again. Now you may have leftover PVC pipe after this project. That's perfectly okay. I use PVC for glittering tumblers and you can make more of these. It's really up to you. PVC pipe is great to have around when you are a tumbler maker. So once you have your two pieces, I'm going to go ahead and now cut my pool noodle. When I bought this pool noodle, it was on Amazon during the winter time because my Walmart and nowhere else had pool noodles because it was winter time. So since it's summertime currently, you may be in luck and be able to find these things easily at Walmart or your local anything store really. But Walmart, definitely read the measurements. This one was a little bit smaller than I thought because I bought them to insert into my tumblers. So now I'm just using it for this. So I went ahead and cut the pool noodles to be slightly shorter than the PVC pipe that I cut. Doing this allowed for a little bit of my PVC pipe to stick out. I then took my PVC pipe to see how long I needed the end pieces to be. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, where I cut it was a lot longer than it actually needed to be. So I actually had to come back down here off video and recut it. So see, I marked it here. I would honestly do half of what I just did. Half. Because that was way too long. So maybe like 3 inches, 4 inches at the most, because depending on how big your pool noodles are, you don't want your skinny tumblers to just slip right through the crack, which is what mine would have done. Once you cut these portions, you can spray paint them, let them dry. I was too lazy and didn't feel like doing all that. So I went ahead and took everything upstairs. And as you can see, yep, it was about 2.5 inches is what I ended up cutting them back down to since I miserably failed on estimating that length. So I have these 90-degree elbows that fit 1/2-inch PVC pipe. If you have different size PVC pipe, you are going to need different size elbows. These things are like 50 cents at your hardware store. In total, this thing maybe cost me like $9 at the absolute most to make. And the fact that I had the pool noodles and the PVC pipe laying around because I never know when I'm going to need it for my tumblers. So you are going to securely put on the end pieces there. And then you are going to put on the long portion on one of the sides. I did it on one side first, and then I slipped the pool noodle on. And the pool noodle was a little bit loose to my liking just because the hole in the middle was super large. So I used this other slip on them, which I'll show in a little bit. But this is literally the end part. You can use PVC glue to make sure these can't be taken apart. So as you can see, these are easily like rolled. You can roll these all over the place. And because of that, I didn't want my tumbler rolling all over the place while working on a decal. So your options at that point are to either get a thicker PVC pipe, a pool noodle that has a smaller hole, or to use these. So these are just extras from the Dino's tumbler turners that went over my 1/2-inch PVC rods for the turners. And since they fit over 1/2-inch PVC, I put them on my 1/2-inch PVC of the tumbler holder, just one on each side, and that worked perfectly. It kept everything stable enough. These aren't PVC pipe. These are a different type of plumbing pipe. I did some research into figuring out what they were. Honestly, it would just be easier for you and cheaper to just buy either a thicker PVC pipe or a pool noodle with a smaller hole in the center. So you can buy the pool noodle first, or you can buy the PVC pipe first and take it to cut off the piece you need, take it to the store, and then compare it to the pool noodles, and that might work for you. So once I put these on and attached it, and again, you can do this with like PVC glue, you can spray paint these, you can do different colors, completely up to you. Once I did this though and made sure everything was securely on there, it no longer rolled and was sturdy, which is exactly what I wanted, because when I'm putting on a decal, I don't want to accidentally place the decal on wrong, slip, anything. I'm clumsy, it happens. So this worked perfectly for me. Now, as an extra step, you can go ahead and take, okay, so I guess my PVC pipe is about 15 inches long, if we're looking at this now. But you can take a piece of electrical tape, or any type of tape, really, it's up to you, and put it on a ruler and mark out inches for you to then lay down on your tumbler holder to see if things are even or anything else. Now, obviously, this isn't going to be perfectly even because I kind of sloppily did this. I could peel it off and do it again, make it a little bit more secure, but this was a quick little demo. But as you see, I'm just marking the 1/2 inch spots and then the full inch spots. And then on the other side, I did the same thing and then tried to do my best to place the decals evenly. So decals, the tape evenly on both sides. So then once you do that, you're good to go. These tumbler holders are great if you're doing any type of design that you need the tumbler to sit in one place. You don't want it on the turner. You want to be able to move it to a different spot. These are great. I have 2 that I made that have feet. So they have like the cross, the X mark on each side where they have little feet. And then now I have this one which lays flat, which will make it easier for filming because my camera won't need to be up so high, since it's a good like maybe 6 inches tall, or the other ones, this is like 2 inches. So I hope this was an easy DIY for you guys, and I hope that this helps you make something cheap. Now you can just go ahead and buy these on Etsy. I think people usually sell these for like $20, but honestly, not including shipping. But honestly, you can make this for yourself so easily with PVC pipe, and even have leftover PVC pipe to make like extra tumbler rods with that would be cheaper than actually buying one. I'm all for supporting small shops, but some things I'm like, I can make that myself. Also, a little trick, I did use a rubber band to try and line this up well so that it would be pretty consistent with one another. The thing is if the pool noodle moves up and down, then it may not be even, but you'd always even it back up by putting another rubber band on there or whatever. So there it is. Enjoy. Make sure you guys like this video, comment on this video, subscribe, do the little notification bell thing. And thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.